Can a $99 monitor give you what you need for editing amazing videos? The monitor you're looking at right now is the MR400B from LG. It's a 27-inch IPS monitor that promises good color accuracy, decent features, and a comfortable viewing experience. But does it hold up for heavy tasks like video editing, or is it better suited for casual use? We had our hands on it for a long while, so we took a close look at its build, display, color accuracy, and overall performance to find out if it's worth your money. Let's start with the basics. The build quality and ports. The MR400B has a pretty straightforward design. It's not the most premium-looking monitor out there. Obviously, it can't be with that price, but it looks good. The plastic construction felt sturdy enough for day-to-day use, though it doesn't exactly scream high-end. The bezels are relatively thin, which is great if you're planning to use this as part of a dual monitor setup. However, the stand is where things fell a little short. It's quite basic. It only offered tilt adjustment from -5 to 20 degrees. There's no height adjustment, swivel, or pivot, so ergonomics was a big issue for us when we're using this monitor for long hours. As for connectivity, the ports are what you'd expect in a budget monitor. It comes with an HDMI port, a VGA port, and a headphone jack. We won't lie, these connectivity options got our job done, but we wish there were a USB-C port for laptops or other peripherals. That would have added a lot more versatility. Overall, the build and port selection are functional, but nothing extraordinary. Now, let's talk about the display. The MR400B features a 27-inch Full HD IPS panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. On paper, this sounds good, but at 27 inches, the pixel density isn't as sharp as we'd like. Text and small details in video timelines appeared slightly pixelated, especially when we're already used to higher resolution displays like 1440p or 4K. That said, for general tasks and light editing, it's perfectly usable. Now, one thing that stands out is the IPS panel, and that's something we appreciated. You can view the screen from different angles, and the colors still look good without any weird distortion. Plus, the anti-glare coating helps keep reflections in check, which is a bonus if your workspace has natural light. That said, the screen isn't very bright. It maxes out at just 250 nits. For everyday indoor use, it's fine, but in brighter settings, it feels a bit dim. Also, if you're into HDR content, this display won't give you those bright highlights that make HDR pop. When you look at the spec sheet of the MR400B, one of the standout features you'll see is its color accuracy. The monitor covers 99% of the sRGB color gamut, and this is a huge plus for anyone working on projects aimed at web platforms or standard displays. But during our testing, we saw a different picture. Colors didn't look as accurate as advertised. Compared to other budget-friendly IPS monitors, the colors seemed a little off, sometimes muted or even slightly washed out. For video editing, where color precision is very important, this might not be the best option. Shades sometimes appeared slightly washed out, and the lack of deeper color accuracy often led us to misjudging the tone and vibrancy of our edits. What makes it trickier is that there aren't any hardware calibration options. So if the colors don't look right, you can't really tweak them much to fix the problem. Over time, the monitor's color accuracy could even drift further off, which isn't great for reliability. And let's not forget, this monitor doesn't support broader color spaces like Adobe RGB or DCI-P3. Those are crucial for anyone working on high-end video or print projects. With an 8-bit color depth, it's fine for basic use, but don't expect the buttery smooth gradients you'd see on a 10-bit display. If you're just starting out or doing simple edits, it's decent enough. But if you need precision, you might want to keep looking. So in terms of performance, the MR400B is more of an everyday use monitor, not something you'd want for heavy editing. Why do we claim that? Well, it has a refresh rate of 100 Hz. True, but the experience doesn't feel as smooth as you'd hope. We ran into some stuttering here and there, probably because of driver issues. And if you're thinking about using it in a dual monitor setup, be ready for random performance hiccups. It's definitely more noticeable in that kind of setup. Another thing to keep in mind is the resolution. At 1080p on a 27-inch screen, you're not getting the sharpest picture. Small details like text or intricate graphics just don't look as crisp as they should, which can make tasks like video editing or detailed design work frustrating. Now, if you're just using it on its own, it's fine for casual stuff or even solo editing. The viewing angles are decent, and overall, it's pretty solid for light use. But once you start using it with another monitor, its flaws really stand out. So, is the 27-inch MR400B worth it for editors? Well, it's more likely you're trying to fit the wrong puzzle on the wrong board. Remember the price of this monitor. It's just $99, which means it's definitely aimed at people who want something affordable. We said that we faced issues when using it with another monitor, but as a standalone monitor, it's good to go for editing. It gets the basics right with its IPS panel, good sRGB coverage, and wide viewing angles. The anti-glare coating and low blue light modes also make it comfortable for long sessions. But the full HD resolution feels a bit stretched on a 27-inch screen. The brightness and contrast are limited, and it lacks modern features like USB-C or hardware calibration. For professional video editors or those working with 4K HDR content, this monitor will feel too limiting. But if you're on a budget and need something reliable for day-to-day use, the MR400B offers great value for its price. What's your experience with the MR400B? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to get more videos like this.